Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. Yellow lady, 59. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
On first down, Breeze. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Watch the screen.
Now Breeze to try again after the pick six. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taken in at the 22. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Value three. Super one. Hey, Charlie. Crash.
And to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check curls.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check.
Now a man in his 13th NFL season, it's Adrian Peterson. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 44, Goff. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14, Saints nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Here we go.
At the 46-yard line.
On second down, Kamara uses the stiff arm, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On second and 11 now. Breeze, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara.
Check 31, check 31.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
You got it.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Pick up the ball.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Goff throwing complete to Kupp, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
All day, just like that, just like that. Watch that.
They'll run on first down. Akers. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. Well, no, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They got a man. It's Woods. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 28. Woods coming off by far the best year of his career. 86 catches, over 1,200 yards. Now he's hoping to build on that, but well, he was a key cog in the wheel that took them to the Super Bowl last season. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Rams 14.
3 down.
Nothing.
Break it. 180. 54 Mike. I got wide.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Throwing left side, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Watch the run.
A give to Kamara running right.
Go. Just run.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Hey. You got 3.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Bree's going to go on 4th down. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Rams 14, Saints 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
At the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. After that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
We go to the 186. Coming to you, coming to you.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
Come on, one thing for sure. You know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
Undercrush.
A 10th carry for Kamara. He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of it. On the stop was Aaron Donald. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
59. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 2nd and 9, Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. This one into the hands of Burton. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready? Yellow lady. 51. Double up.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 2nd and 11 now, Breeze. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. John Johnson with the INT.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Tighten up.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Mike, 47. It's our time. It's our time.
Goff on first down. Escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. Check hot route. Hot.
A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Mike's 20. Mike's 47. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Yeah, which wall?
On 3rd down, Akers. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
All day. Tiger. Go.
On 3rd down, Akers. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, LA. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Brees going to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Brees on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Breeze to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. On first down, Akers. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off play action. Here's Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by John Johnson. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2.
Hey, check Mike 40. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey, me and you all day.
After the interception, here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's go one more.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. To throw, it's Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Check, 47. DC. Hey, Delta.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me. Mike 5.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Breeze, the defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Now Breeze. And now here is another interception. It's David Long, the rookie from Michigan, who picked it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Let's put that team on the bus. Check 13. Check 13. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey, watch that.
On 1st down, Akers. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Woo! Let's get it. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check, check. Super. Lucky.
They'll keep it on the ground. Akers, he'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Rams on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
Shit. Watch twist. Watch twist. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist. Twist.
They run the counter now. It's Peterson. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
It's a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 30.
A gain of 21 yards.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
A 43-yard attempt.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Watch 54. I'm on.
And they take a knee. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this out past the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Kill.
They'll run. This is Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They run it again with Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as you carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Big series right here.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for L.A., they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.